This is Conversations on Careers in Professional Life. I'm your host, Gregory Heller. On this series, I'll turn lessons from my MBA course, Professional Communication, into practical insights you can use every day. Today, I'm talking about 3 simple words that can transform how you write, speak, and present, whether it's an email to your team, a pitch to investors, or a slide deck for the board. Those 3 words are active, brief, and clear, or as I call them, the ABCs of business communication. They sound simple, but mastering them separates good communicators from great ones. When I work with my students and my clients, I often find that the biggest problem isn't the idea itself, it's the way it's delivered. The message is buried in unnecessary detail, tangled in long sentences, or framed so passively that the audience can't tell who's doing what. Active, brief, and clear provides a compass. If your writing feels muddy or your presentation meanders, running it through the ABC test almost always fixes it. Let's take each part in turn. A stands for active, and active means your sentences show energy, purpose, and ownership. Grammatically, it's all about choosing active voice over passive voice. Instead of saying, mistakes were made, say, we made a mistake, and here's how we'll fix it. That small shift adds accountability and clarity. Passive voice hides the actor. Active voice reveals them. In a business setting that matters, decision makers want to know who's responsible, what's being done, and why. Active communication also means taking initiative in tone, speaking to your audience, not at them. Compare, the report was reviewed and changes were implemented, versus, we reviewed the report and implemented the changes. The second version sounds more confident and credible. When you speak actively, you sound like a leader, someone who acts, not someone who watches things happen. So if you're ever unsure whether your message is strong enough, ask, am I being active or passive? Am I taking ownership of this message or watching it happen? B stands for brief. Now, brief doesn't mean cutting everything. It means focusing on what's essential. There's an old saying, if I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. Clarity takes work. Being brief is about discipline, not just minimalism. It's about removing clutter so your key points shine through. I learned this in my freshman year honors seminar many years ago. My professor told us to interrogate every word we wrote. Did it need to be there? All these years later, I'm thankful I learned it so early. In writing, that means use shorter sentences and concrete nouns. Avoid filler words like really, very, in order to, due to the fact that. Replace long phrases with shorter ones. Utilize can become use. At this point in time becomes now. In presentations, brief means one main idea per slide and one headline that says it all. Instead of titling a slide, Customer Research Results, title it, Customers are willing to pay 20% more for faster delivery. That's brevity with a purpose, and it makes your message stick. Brief also means respecting your audience's time. The higher up you communicate, the less time they have. Executives don't need the whole story. They need the signal. Brevity earns you credibility. I often say, your job is synthesis, not summary. C stands for clarity. Clarity is the product of precision. It's what happens when your audience immediately understands what you mean. No decoding required. Being clear means using plain language, even when discussing complex ideas. This isn't about dumbing it down. Jargon is one of the biggest clarity killers. It creates distance between you and your audience. Research even shows that using too much jargon actually makes people trust you less. If your goal is to sound smart, simplicity works better than complexity every time. Clarity also comes from structure, which we'll talk about in the next episode. Having a beginning, middle, and end is a clear structure. Start with your main point. That's the Minto Pyramid again. Support it with evidence, logos, and deliver it with confidence, ethos. And remember, formatting affects clarity too. Use spacing, white space, and visual hierarchy to guide your audience's eyes. A clear layout helps a clear message land. Let's talk about the ABC test. Here's a simple exercise I use before sending an email, submitting a slide deck, or finalizing a talk. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it clear who's doing what? That's active. Have I removed everything that doesn't serve my message? Is it brief? Could someone outside my field understand this? Is it clear? If you answer yes to all 3, you've done your job. And if you're using AI tools, whether it's Copilot, ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you can even prompt it to check your work. Try this prompt next time. Make this paragraph more active, brief, and clear without losing meaning. That one prompt can do wonders, but you'll still need to review it with your own judgment. AI can streamline clarity. It can't replace your intention. Now finally, here's the paradox. When you simplify your language, you amplify your impact. Active communication shows leadership. Brief communication shows respect. Clear communication builds trust. Together, they make your audience feel confident in you. And that's what persuasion is really about. So the next time you draft a message, rehearse a pitch, or open PowerPoint, think of the ABCs. Be active, be brief, be clear. Because clarity isn't just a communication skill, it's a leadership skill. On a later episode, I'll be sharing a strategy born in military communication that will help you execute these ABCs in written communication. Be sure to subscribe to learn more about how you can use Blot for more effective communication. Thank you for listening to Conversations on Careers and Professional Life. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing it with a friend or classmate. Help others find the show by leaving a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. Conversations on Careers and Professional Life is produced by me, Gregory Heller, with support from the Foster School of Business, Office of MBA Career Management. Learn more about the show, find show notes and past episodes, and get in touch with me at conversationsoncareers.com.